Welcome to Blue Moon Life. We're Gillian and Jonas, and we live aboard our 30-foot sailboat in the Pacific Northwest. If you enjoy these videos, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to follow us on our adventures. In this episode, Jonas comes back as we prepare to set sail on our first trip of the season. I have some exciting news. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually going through some current charts. And I just follow these tables and it has the date and then the time, and then you can see what the currents are going to be doing. And the reason I'm going to this book is because we are finally planning a trip. Jonas has some time off and he's able to come down to the island now, and we're super excited to get out and shake off some of the rust. That's why I've been working so hard to get the oil change done and just to get some things prepped on the boat. So yeah, I've got a little plan here. Obviously we're fairly flexible, but the currents can be quite large around here, and so I like to plan ahead. So we're going with the currents instead of against the currents. And for once, it's actually working out really well. When we made our trip from the Gulf Islands, none of the currents were in our favor and we were having to leave at crazy times just to get decent currents. So yeah, it's looking really good. The other reason why I really like to look at these is because we'll have to pass through two fairly narrow channels and the current can go through there quite quickly. And so we want to be going with the current instead of against the current. But yeah, it honestly looks like it's gonna work out perfectly. Weather dependent. If we get some bad weather, then we might have to change plans a bit, but we're both really excited for the first trip of the season. We've been waiting so long for this. So to get ready for the trip, I am making us a little schedule, and then I'll pick up some groceries, fill the diesel, fill the gas can for the dinghy. I'll get the sail out, blow the dust off from storage, make sure everything is secured on the boat, because after living here stationary for like 6 months, things get put in places that work while we're sitting at the dock, but not fine when we're underway. So I'll just kind of get the cabin ready for that. I also wanted to update you on our summer plans. They have been changing by the day, it seems like, but I think we finally have a solid plan, which feels really good. Since we got to this dock, I always thought I would be going back to the Gulf Islands and living there for the summer, because where we are now isn't available for long-term moorage. But with COVID, they are opening it up. So basically, we're allowed to stay. I've been giving it a lot of thought, and there's a couple of reasons why we decided to extend our moorage here. That doesn't mean we're going to be tied to the dock all summer. We still want to get out as much as we can, but just how things are going right now, some of the islands are closing and we don't know what travel restrictions are going to look like and what we'll actually be able to do. So just to have a home for the boat and for me is just a really good feeling, and I think it'll be totally worthwhile in the long run. Also, it's an opportunity because without COVID, they completely opened these docks up to transient boaters. So I kind of figured, why not? I don't know when I'll ever be able to stay here for the summer again, and I just think it's the right decision for us. So I feel really good about having a home base and knowing that worst case scenario, I'll just be able to spend the summer here, and I'm really happy about that. I've actually always wanted to spend a summer on the island, and believe it or not, I am yet to do that. So that's another reason why I decided to stay, basically. I wanted to take this opportunity because it presented itself at just the perfect timing, and I'm a big believer in taking opportunities when they arise. That's the whole reason why I got this boat in the first place. I saw it online, the location was perfect, and I went for it. And now I'm here. There was a lot of back and forth and a couple of fairly stressful months just trying to figure out where we were going to be, what we were going to do, and it feels really good to be settled now. That being said, we're hoping to do lots of trips and at the very least tons of day sails. We have an open ocean for our front door, so I'm planning on using that to the fullest, starting with our first trip. I'm going to start working away at these jobs over the next couple days, and yeah, then Jonas will be here and we'll be off. Good morning. Today is the day where I want to get everything done on my list before we head out sailing. Jonas arrives tomorrow morning and then we'll leave that evening. So I've got a few things to do, a little bit of running around to do, and then we should be good to go. I'm actually going to start with checking our anchor, check the chain, and then also the clasps that hold anchor on. I haven't taken a look at it all winter, and I want to make sure everything is good to go there before we use it. Okay, so the anchor's good to go. I hadn't actually measured the amount of chain and line we have for the anchor yet, so I did that really quickly. Someday I'll probably mark every maybe like 10 or 20 feet, but just for now, we're good to go. I checked the chain, made sure everything was looking okay there. I checked the attachment between the chain and the anchor, and then also the chain and the anchor line. And then also I made sure that the anchor line was in fact fastened to the boat, and it was. Again, all things that just need to be checked because I don't know what the situation was prior to me buying the boat. I will probably need to get that chain either redone or replaced at some point in the near future, but it's looking fine now, so I'm not worried about it. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go get the truck, get some groceries. Okay, so I'm at the truck and I remembered I actually need to pick up some diesel and gas as well. Well, groceries are done. I think I got plenty of food to sustain us for the 4 days we'll be gone. I bought a can of seafoam and I'm gonna put it in both the diesel and a little bit in the gas tank for the dinghy. I used to use this in our coach boats when I was coaching sailing, and I usually put it in at the beginning of each season just to get things kind of cleaned and make sure everything is running smoothly. So for the gas tank for the dinghy, it says put about 15 milliliters per liter of gas. I'm just gonna approximate it because it's not one of those things you need to get dead on. And then I'll just put the rest in the diesel tank, so we'll be good to go. So the way we have to check the diesel level is actually where the quarter berth would be. So it's not my favorite setup, but I have to remove this board and then I have access to the diesel tank, and then that's how we check the fuel level. Welcome to our lovely storage room. I'm going to check the fuel level. So right now it's just under half. I like to keep the tank nice and full because if you let the fuel get too low in the tank, it could suck up some debris and water and whatever else might be at the bottom of the 40-year-old tank. So I like to keep it nice and topped up. So I'm gonna throw some diesel in now, put some of that seafoam in.
Hey everyone, I'm back on the boat now. I got a few days off work and getting really excited because we're just about to leave for our trip. So we're just have to deal with the cabin and do a few things, and then we're gonna head out of here.
Time to get the sail out! Deep in the storage room. Oh, yo. This is probably the worst part. Oh, yes. Here it is. Long time no see. Holy moly. So we're just checking the oil level because after our change, I just want to make sure that it's still looking good. Still looking good.
Thanks a lot, guys. Well done, Bear.